Hello, I'm entering this small build in the Hand Tools Only challenge. I built this planter box out of pallet wood and built only using hand tools.
The materials, tools and consumables are as follows. Hand saw, a tenon saw would have been better though, pallet wood palings, coffee, speed square and a pencil, or if you really want to bug people, a pen would work great, bench plane, red ball, a scribe, and while you're at it, why don't you subscribe? Another red ball, F-clamp, hand drill and a countersink drill bit, chipboard screws, Phillips head screwdriver, maybe another red ball, depends on how tired you are, cork sanding block and 60 grit sandpaper, red ball, paintbrush, and acrylic paint. Start by marking a straight line on either end of your palings. I cut 8 but only ended up using 6 for this planter box. Worked out a size that would fit nicely around the potted plant. 2 paling widths are close enough to 200 for me. Mark out 200 for the length and cut along your lines. If you are interested in seeing how I made my workbench, I will link that below. For the uprights, I subtract the depth of the base from my ideal finishing height, set the scribe at 25 millimeters, score a line down either side. I could hardly see it, so I darkened it with a pen. Mark out the height of the 4 uprights, clamp it to the bench with an offcut to protect the wood, then cut along the length of all the lines. Cut my thumb with the blunt side of the saw. I ended up cutting vertically because the middle beam of the bench was interfering, but if I had a tenon saw, this would have worked great. Once they are all cut lengthways, rotate and clamp to the bench again and cut the 4 uprights off. We now have 2 base pieces and 4 uprights. It was raining all day and I had to stand right under the edge of the awning under all the drips. One day I will have a proper workshop. The sides of the planter box are 200 millimeters overall, divided by 5 random widths. I went with a 45 and a 55, as well as 2 25s and a 50. These 4 palings are enough to cover the sides of the entire box. Time to cut them all out. Clamp to the bench, cut halfway along the line and then flip it around and repeat for the other side. Moving to the other end of the workbench, I clamp my length side on so I can clean up the rough sides with a plane. Then with the 60 grit, I clean up the ends and edges. We now have our uprights, base, 25 millimeter siding, 50 millimeter siding, 45 and 55 millimeter siding pieces. Time to work on the uprights. I have the siding pieces stacked and laying flat. Mark the joins onto the uprights, then mark where I want the holes. Clamp the piece to the bench, then drill all the holes. Mark the length of the side pieces and number them with the help of Resorizer. Cut them all to length. For the bottom side piece, I mark the depth of the base and drill 2 holes. I am attaching this with chipboard screws and a Phillips head screwdriver. I then add on the remaining pieces to that side. I do the same thing for the opposite side, attaching the bottom one first. The 2 remaining sides are measured and cut longer so they cover up the end grain of the other sides. The holes are marked so that the screws can go into the ends of the other palings without interfering with the screws in the uprights. I then give the entire thing a really good sand and keep sanding. This was the most tedious part of the build. And now the building part is done. I also made myself 3 planter boxes using power tools and staggering the corner joins. I think the purpose of the hand tools challenge is to demonstrate that you can still make things with cheap or minimal tooling. I haven't always had the power tools that I have now, and I would have been quite happy with this planter box back in the day. I'm using the same colours that I used on the flooring to help bring some more continuity to the room. I wonder how many people have dipped their paintbrush into their coffee. I came close to doing it, so I moved my cup away. If you want to do a neater job of painting, you could slide baking paper between the joins, or take each piece off and paint them individually. To finish it off, I paint the inside of the planter box with watered down black paint. Instead of the eyes being drawn to the light colour of the wood, you can now focus on the beautiful colours of the box. If all you have at the moment is a handsaw and a cheap drill, this hand tools vs power tools project is a nice example of what you could aspire to with more tooling in the future. If you like building with pallet wood or other cheaper materials, then you might want to check out some of my other videos, and don't forget to subscribe.
If you liked this video or found it somewhat helpful, then give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, you can give me a thumbs down if you like, but either way, I hope I see you next time.